Alright guys, so here's part 3 of Poking the Bear. Something a little embarrassing from the last mission is that I actually ran out of hard drive space while I was recording, and I lost about 20 minutes of footage. So my recorder had stopped recording, and I kept talking and playing for about 20 minutes at least before I noticed that it was off. So I think part 2 of the video ends with our, the striker platoon just starting to deploy along the MSR here and starting to orient themselves towards the main body of the enemy forces which are entering from NAI 2. Well, what happened during that time is that as we were deploying here, the platoon came under cannon fire from Causeway 1-1 area, northwest of Causeway 1-1. So they deployed vicinity of these buildings here, deployed their dismounts, and then set up a hasty ambush using their javelins on vehicles down the road. And we also set up the MGS strikers into firing positions. The lead striker was hit by cannon fire coming from his 1 o'clock through the tree line somewhere over there. Also during this time, an enemy armored CRP with 3 or 4 T-80s had rolled over this ridge here, down into the quarry, and then infiltrated through the forest here, where they had contact with brigade scouts, as well as the right security elements along our ambush position here. I believe that's all that happened. We also, I believe this happened at the end of the second video. We lost our JTAC team, I believe, to an airstrike, but it also could have been concentrated point fire from a cannon. It does look like a single explosive, though, which killed both the headquarters team and the JTAC team, which crippled our ability to get observation on the NAI 2. I've been directing fires for the past 15-20 minutes onto the enemy force passing through NAI 1. There's approximately 2 companies of vehicles remaining at NAI 1, and we've also destroyed up to another 2 companies of enemy vehicles along that route of advance. We've suppressed all main enemy air defenses, including at least 2 Tunguskas and 3 SA-13s. And we essentially have completed suppression of enemy air defenses. The enemy main body is currently moving under speed through NAI 1. And what I'm going to do now, you can see here, this is basically the remainder of their lead echelon. And this is definitely advanced guard main body here. There could be follow-on forces, but I believe that's the majority of their forces. What we're going to do is we're going to just sort of get a audit of where all of our observers are, what assets they're using to observe, as well as where the UAVs are deployed, and sort of prioritization of fires. So I was getting flustered in the last game and just ad hoc calling in fires left and right, and I found that to be really ineffective. So what we're going to do is we're going to determine the best way to use our UAVs, and we're going to start this all over again. So I'm not even sure how this BMP here is being observed, so we're going to try to figure that out. I think there's a hotkey to actually jump to the observing unit. Okay, it's being observed by this guy. So we have the Scout Platoon headquarters has a the Scout Platoon headquarters, I believe, has a UAV observing this area. We lost 1 UAV to enemy air defenses, and these guys have been vectoring in choppers, I believe. Yeah, so first section headquarters. Sorry, that's not them. First section headquarters is vectoring in this section of choppers. What we're going to do is, and they're also, looks like they're out of Hellfires, and they just have rockets and cannon. The sniper section is not directing anyone. Then there's another call sign over here. Yeah, see this guy. This is the Scout Platoon headquarters. He has a UAV on station as well, and he is not... Okay, he's not calling in anyone, so we're going to change that right now. We're going to have him call in a flight of F-16s with Mavericks, which are air-to-ground missiles used to kill tanks, and we'll put it in the front of the echelon.
Stand by for cast request.
We'll have that come in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the helicopters, so they're going to be responsible for observing that. And then let's see where this guy, who's directing this guy. So the JTAC in the rear, his Humvee got bogged. He's sort of immobile here. He's using the Grey Eagle to observe, and I believe he's also directing aircraft as well. Yeah, he's directing F-15Es to do ground attack on the same area, which is good. See, the one thing I want to make sure I do is I want to make sure I contain the lead element of this echelon. Because right now we're sort of attriting the whole column, but there's no containment force here. So ideally we would contain them by shifting our helicopters left towards the west, as well as continuing to support this ambush here and move more forces to ambush. But as we... You know, we can't commit ourselves to the ambush fully because there's enemy tanks to our right flank. We also want to be able to get some artillery fires onto this main axis of advance. Problem is that no one can really observe this. So these guys were calling in... First squad was calling in a Paladin fire mission on the causeway here leading into NAA1. That's going to be ineffective, so we're just going to shift it into the main town area.
Over.
And that will sort of contain them there, but we're going to need additional fires onto that town. In order to do that, we need to get more observers onto that town. Who's actually commanding the last UAV? So that's the cult team. So the cult team is being sent in by... They're actually receiving now to come and move in. So we don't really have any observation on the front extent of this column of tanks. Where's this guy spotting? See, I have to use this JTAC here so we can call in more fixed wing. See, this isn't really necessary. I can move this observation mission. I think we can move this to the front of the echelon. So move it like that. So most of our air forces are committed now. Still think there's a flight of F-15Es that are not committed. And I want to get more fires onto them as well. Yeah, so there's a flight of F-16s that are not committed and F-15Es. We'll put them at the front part of the echelon.
Stand by for cast request.
We need another headquarters element to call in CAS. These guys are already... Yeah, they're calling in F-16s already. And don't believe these guys have the clearance to. Yeah. We need another headquarters. So I have a bunch of scouts over here. I believe they're all calling in support, though. Oh, the sniper section headquarters isn't. I think they can call in aircraft, perhaps. Yeah, they can call in these. You know what they'll do is they'll call in the actual... So this flight of Apaches was... Shift-click to multi-unit? What does that mean? Oh shit, I can call in multiple assets at once? Okay, let's do that. These guys will be on containment in the front of the echelon.
Stand by for cast request.
Okay, so that completes our fires allocation. So all those aircraft will be on station within about, I'd say, 5-6 minutes. What I also want to do is I'm going to start actually initiating some ambush fires. So what we'll do... We'll move the second section headquarters, which was sort of here as a observation post in the case of enemy flanking attack. They actually helped spot the armor that was headed over the quarry. We'll move them down the line a little bit so they can get javelin fires onto the area west of NAI 1. Then what we'll do is we need to deal with these tanks that are in the vicinity of this hamlet here. We killed 2 tanks so far, but there's still one there, and I believe it may be maneuvering. They need to be knocked out before we can continue to maneuver our ambush forces. For instance, I think we should have maybe... Yeah, we should definitely have one of those tow strikers, like right here, you know? What I'll do is I'll go up there with the Bradley first. We'll just sort of do that deal. And we'll see if they spot anything. I believe there's one more tank here, but there may be a second tank as well. I believe we've adjusted our fires plan a little better. The last thing we're going to do is the infantry platoon is pretty much combat ineffective at this time. They have expended most of their javelins. I believe there's still one squad online right here that's about to start engaging armored contacts with javelin missiles. And there was another squad I had on security. They were on right flank security. Sort of, we had a platoon 2 up, where I had 2 squads forward and 1 squad back. These guys were on security to protect the flank. I could either commit them onto line with the lead platoon, with the lead squad, and they could see right here I have first squad up, and I have third squad in the back, and then I have second squad far in the back. I could put second squad up back on the line and aid in that ambush, or I could go have them hunt through the woods here and knock out that tank. I think the more aggressive action is to put them onto line and to just block the enemy counterattacks from the CRPs coming from this path just by using the LAV strikers in Overwatch. It will be very close range engagement, which is very dangerous for unarmored vehicles, but I think it's worth the risk considering we want to put as much firepower forward to contain their forward echelon at this time. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly move up the... You know what we could do? We could split this team. Where's that stupid thing? Okay, stop moving so I can split you. I'll put the javelin team up there, and then I'll put the other team on security. I'll put the other team on flank security, sort of in an ambush position with their AT-4s, vicinity of this thicket of bushes there, thicket of bushes. If we need to, we'll also use this Mark 19 Humvee, which, of course, that's like sort of a last resort. For right now, we'll leave the striker tow strikers in reserve. And we'll leave the MGS striker as is. Last thing we want to consider is that we do have a tow Humvee up on this hill. We might want to commit that, although it may be extremely dangerous for him. We might be able to move him to such a position that he could take some pot shots. Maybe right here. I'm just very wary about doing this. Like, very wary about committing the Humvees. Mainly because they're not armored. We do have the advantage that most of these forces headed down the main MSR are being suppressed and are being blinded by billows of smoke, so that'll be to our advantage. I would like to get some paladin fires onto this main road right here. Unfortunately, I can't because all my spotters are tasked up. You know, that's the problem. I would love to just, you know what, I can call in, these snipers can actually see this spot right here. Call it in right on that spot. Right there. Calling fires right there. So let's pause this and just watch, because this is going to be a lot of killing. So these tanks are advancing down the road, which is what I was worried about.
Ready to engage.
We need the air to interdict them.
Roger, clear hot.
So that was a rocket run by a chopper, I think.
Flash out. Egress in. Gas 1 is in the pub.
So scouts up on the ridge are in contact with tanks that are maneuvering. It looks like our lead squad here is also in contact. We actually engage this lead squad here.
Roger, cleared hot. Flash out. Egressing from target. Guns are dry. Dash 1 is in the pub.
Ooh, there's a tank.
Roger, cleared hot.
So these lead tanks of this echelon are, essentially pushing beyond where our containment is. We're just going to have to let our aircraft attrit as many of them as we can and hope for the best. Looks like these tanks haven't moved over here. They're just sort of stopped their attack. The enemy is using smoke to conceal their route, which is pretty smart. The UAVs are really our lifeline here in targeting. An enemy Tigger tried to escape from this line here.
Shot out. Egressing from target. All ordnance released.
So one of our scout Bradleys was engaged and destroyed by an enemy tank. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to get into a firefight with these guys, but it's hard to tell the AI to do what they would do in reality, which is to shoot one missile and then go into cover. Because that's what they would do in reality, but in this game they don't do that. They just sort of... they just sit there, and there's no way to tell them not to do that.
Stand by for cast request.
Ooh, what happened here? Are these guys taking fire here? Shouldn't be. Trying to find another call sign that I can call in these choppers with. I'm probably calling choppers with these guys back here. Call in some... I need more CAS on the actual lead part of the echelon, so I'm going to put it over here.
Stand by for cast request.
So it looks like the scouts are actually trying to withdraw from their hide positions to our front. I don't know if I want to commit the Striker tow vehicles any further, mainly because I just feel like it's so dangerous out there. There's so many threats that, you know, they can't be in a firefight with these tanks. It's just not going to work out for them. I would like to commit these choppers, but I don't think there's any... I don't think there's anyone out there who actually can do that. Oh, I mean, these guys could.
Stand by for cast request. Quiet. Over. Quiet. Out. Shot, over. Shot, out. Roger. Fire mission request. Out.
Shit.
Fire, over.
So the tow striker actually spotted a tank to our right flank. Hopefully he'll knock him out with the next missile. Let's watch our fires onto the column.
Shot, over. Shot, out. Roger. Request fire mission. Out. Fire, over.
Bradley on this hill is probably going to get popped. They probably should have moved him off this hill. You'd think he'd be able to engage with tows from this distance, but yeah, see, this tank is going to kill that Bradley, guaranteed. We'll see. Maybe he'll survive. Probably not, though. I can't really expose anything. I'm just so outgunned that I should mainly just rely on my fires and my casts and not even try to... Oh, here's a follow-on. Looks like there's a company of BMPs rolling up from the rear now.
Fire mission request.
See if I can get some mortars onto them. I really want the lead echelon of tanks engaged, but waiting on the aircraft to roll in.
Flash, out. Shot, out. Roger. Shot, over. Shot, out. Flash, out.
So these scouts are trying to withdraw from the tree line here, but they're going to be mowed down by our infantry platoon as well as our own scouts.
Flash, over.
Meanwhile, 4 T-80s have managed to break out of our fires and are leaving the area of engagement. There's looks like a company of BMPs headed up from the rear. That's going to be our next priority. We're essentially out of javelins. We probably have one more javelin. Yeah, we have 2 more javelins in the platoon, and then we'll be out of javelins. I'm not really sure how to employ these toe strikers more effectively. Other than maybe keyholing them, but even then they might get engaged by enemy fire. I'm definitely not employing them effectively, that's for sure. All our aircraft are tasked right now. These snipers can't see shit from up here due to all the smoke clouds. Let's see what our JTAC can see. JTAC has eyes on some tanks, but he's calling an aircraft, so he can't really support them. He can call an artillery on them right now. Calling an aircraft, right? What are you doing? Oh, you're not doing anything. Why aren't you calling in fixed wing? I guess because everyone else is calling them in. Okay, I'm going to use the Colt then, and I'm going to try to knock out one of these tanks with precision mortars.
Request fire. Over. Shot. Over. Shot. Out. Request fire mission. Out. Fire mission request. Out. Shot. Over. Shot. Out. Roger. Fire for effect.
Another javelin just got launched.
In round 2.
Towards the BMPs, I think. Ooh, screen shaking. Oh shit, we got another echelon of tanks coming in from the rear. This battle may last longer than we thought.
Request fire. Over.
Looks like the enemy also smoked our position. I fucking splash this tank.
Flash. Out. Inbound for attack. Shot. Over. Shot. Out. Fire for effect. Over.
Oh shit.
Shot.
That wasn't smoke, that was actually Russians dropping artillery on our OP here.
Shot. Over. Shot. Out. Roger. Fire mission request. Dash 1 is in the pod.
Alright. Fixed wing is rolling in hot on these tanks
Cleared hard.
that are at the front of this echelon.
Fire for effect. Out. Roger. Route attack. Flash. Out. Roger. Fire for effect. Flash. Over. Flash. Out. Fire for effect. Inbound for attack. 30 seconds left. Inbound for attack. 30 seconds. Out.
So our scouts are continuing to observe and engage from the top of the ridge here. Our Bradley that was in contact before managed to withdraw. And it's business as usual. We're just continuing to engage them as they move through our kill zone. Looks like we have another... We're going to have Paladin fires dropping on this company of BMPs that are rolling through NAI 1. And then we have another company of T-80s in the rear, currently staging up towards NAI 2. Hopefully we'll be able to kill a few of these tanks that are retreating. So this whole area is about to be saturated by HE. We have 2 fire missions on there, which is actually a bit redundant. Oh, looks like a SAM was fired from over here as well. SAM was fired and seems to have hit something over there. There may be more air defenses in this vicinity. Okay, I believe we're also out of javelins. Yep, out of javelins. These guys need to just put their heads down and chill. They're not going to be able to really affect this war anymore. I could possibly send one of these teams up to the hill to just act as an observation post. We could use more fires onto the objective area. But there's so much smoke that it's becoming increasingly hard to see it with an attack with fires. That's why we're going to have to really rely on those UAVs. I just hope another one wasn't shot down, but I see SAMs in the air. Okay, we still have them. We have one there in the front echelon. We have another going to the middle of the echelon, and then we have one sort of around NA1, so we should be able to see everything. I'm worried about that SAM launch towards NAA-2. It's definitely a new self-propelled anti-aircraft there we're going to have to deal with.
Roger. Fire for a shot. Over.
If I could find an ambush position, like a little tiny window by which... Oh, shit.
Dash 1 is in the box. Roger, cleared high.
Alright, I gotta get these guys out of here.
Roger, cleared high.
Taking cannon fire.
Plant, over. Plant.
So the striker is getting some hits. Oh, it just got knocked out by something. Oh, Jesus, this environment is so deadly. These guys are still getting artied here. I need to get these guys out of here. I don't see any way that these tow strikers could be effective. It's too deadly. All they need is for a tank to see them for like 1 second and they're just instantly dead. Oh shit, was it this tank that killed the tow striker? Oh shit, we have a tank rolling through right now. That CRP that was not moving before is suddenly moving. We need to kill that tank. That's what killed that MGS striker. It wasn't the artillery. We also need to scoot these infantry out of here. They're not doing any good there. I'm going to try to infiltrate one of these squads to act as a OP up on the ridge. Another SAM launch too during that round. Wish it would tell me what aircraft were shot down. Oh fuck! 2 F-16s were shot down. 2 F-16s were shot down. That is horrible. There's something out there that's shooting SAMs that's knocking out my guys. It's probably by NAA too. Here, what we'll do is we're gonna have to redirect one of these strikers, or sorry, one of the UAVs to spot over there. This one. Shit. I think it's coming from. It's coming from somewhere over here. It's gotta be somewhere over here. Switch to the UAV over there. With these snipers, we'll try to call in some. I don't think those BMPs are moving, but we'll try to call in a point target and knock one of them out.
Requesting firefights. Over.
Oh, Jesus. We're really in a bad state here with that tank. I should have been watching. That tank probably started moving last round, but I just wasn't paying attention. And that's really going to affect us because that MGS striker was in a good firing position and it got knocked out. He was actually just starting to engage BMPs. It got knocked out. And now we might lose this striker and we might lose the other striker too. This tank is rolling right into that opening. We'll see if these strikers with the tows are able to engage that tank at close range. See, that was the gamble I made by not assigning a squad over there for security like I said I was going to. I gambled and I used them instead as a javelin team. And these guys, I had them on high because they were getting artillery, but I should have had their heads up so they could see that tank coming and shoot it with an AT-4. This guy needs to turn and shoot. Like now. Alright, tank's killed.
Roger. Fire for effect.
Artillery's landing by NAA-1 on these BMPs. Choppers are rolling in hot now. Oh, there's a Tunguska.
Roger. En route UIP.
Alright, someone spotted a Tunguska before. Yeah, right here. Tunguska right here. One of these squads spotted him. At this spot right here, they spotted him. Okay. Right in here, there the fucking Tunguska was. Was it right here? Or was it right? It's one of these. I think it's right here. I think it's right there. Fucking Colt team. God damn it. You can't spot him here. It's right in front of this tree. So the annoying thing is I'm just trying to, like, do this. I have to, like, remember where it is, which is stupid. It's, like, right here. So I got a fire mission coming in on the Tunguska, I think. And I want more fires on this bridge. Got a platoon of BMPs forming up here. Okay. What I'll do is I'll move this infantry team into the tree line here where that tank was knocked out. This way if another tank rolls in from there, we can defend against it. Also, these guys are getting suppressed. I don't know if I should keep retreating these guys or keep them here so I can target the Tunguska. I think I'm just going to get him out of there. As much as I want to leave him here to deal with that Tunguska, I'm just going to get him out. They're getting the ship blown out of them. And the artillery that I called in from the Colt should knock out that Tunguska. I don't know if I can take another 45 minutes of this. This is really difficult. I lost 2 F-16s from that new Tunguska that rolled in. We'll see. I need to have more CAS attacking. Yeah, okay, these guys are targeting that. That's good. Okay, now that I've dealt with that tank, I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to roll one of these. I'm going to leave one of these strikers in ambush, and then I'm going to put the other one right where the MGS was knocked out. Wasn't knocked out from frontal fire, so we should get some more kills on these BMPs that are rolling through the smoke here. So far, I estimate we've killed about 30 vehicles, probably about 100 men. So almost a battalion of forces. We've lost about 4 or 5 vehicles. Personally, I don't think it's worth it that we lost the vehicles that we did lose. This is my personal opinion. So NAI-1 is now just covered with smoke. Another SAM launch from that Tunguska. Maybe we should call off the. Maybe we should call off the aircraft until we knock out the Tunguska. See, in reality, a Tunguska is not really a threat to an F-16. An F-16 would never be operating at an altitude where a Tunguska could affect it. But you know, obviously in this game, it's not modeled that way. So we had 2 more SAM launches. I'm gonna adjust the Apache to attack to the construction company area where those tanks are exiting.
Over.
Luckily, some of our scouts that are up on the hills can actually spot these armored guys as they're rolling up. So maybe we can try to hit them out with some artillery. So the BMPs that were on the bridge are now rolling now. At least a company of BMPs and another company of tanks. Probably looked like more like 2 platoons of BMPs and 2 platoons of tanks. Company plus in total. We're almost out of artillery fires too, so I need to keep some of that. Oh Jesus, did we lose it? Okay, those guys that were there. So this area actually got hit by a bomb, enemy air. I don't see where the platoon. Oh no, this entire squad was killed, I think. That's B team. Looks like us. This first squad. Okay, B team was killed. A team has 3 guys left. It's enemy air, it looks like. Yeah, it's definitely. Actually, maybe it's artillery landing. It's hard to tell. And then first squad, that's them. And then where's second squad at? Second squad, A team. Half of them's over there, half of them are in the building. I don't think there's any more tanks rolling through that tree line. I'm gonna move up another squad. This third squad. What we'll do is we'll split the third squad into 2 teams. And we're just gonna use them as observation posts as well. Have them slow crawl up to an observation position. So our platoon's down to 50% fighting strength on dismounts. All vehicles are still up. One minute out on a chopper with rocket runs. So we knocked out 1 tank with aircraft that was going towards the exit. We have a few more tanks headed towards the exit now. We have some fires and some cash rolling in on them. I don't know how we're going to deal with any more troops coming on. We're almost completely out of artillery, and we lost 2 aircraft. Hopefully the fire mission that the Colt's bringing in on that Tunguska will knock it out. But I can't abort these aircraft at this time. They're going to have to just roll in as well as they can. Oh, there's another SAM launch. Shit.
At attack position. Rest target. Cleared high. Out. Shot, over. Roger, aborting. Shot, out. Inbound for attack. 30 seconds out.
Another tank looks like it got knocked out.
Blast, over. Blast, out.
See how our strikers are doing. So the Tunguska actually moved when I started to suppress it.
Adjust fire, over.
So we're going to adjust fire to the fucking Tunguska that rolled out into this open here.
Adjust fire, over.
Adjust fire on that Tunguska. God damn that Tunguska. We need to kill it. Oh yeah, let's redirect that chopper now that I've... I forget who is sending in that chopper. I guess we could use the headquarters company commander all the way at the rear. And we'll send him in all the way by the exit. This is going to be like our containment element right here.
Stand by for cash.
Heavy mission. I really hope these enemy forces are the last ones that are going to be on the field. I'm almost at the point of breaking.
Fire perfect, over.
Gotta kill the Tunguska, man.
Fire perfect, out. 30 seconds out. Gas launcher in the pop. Roger, cleared hot. Adjust fire, out. Roger, cleared hot.
So this Tunguska is actually rolling around and shooting its cannon at aircraft that are above it, like directly above it. It's ridiculous.
Request fireman.
I had like 3 fire missions queued up on this stupid Tunguska. I want it killed! I would consider rolling out one of my Bradleys up on the ridge to take it out, but so dangerous to do so. There's so much armor up on that ridge. I mean, you basically have at least 15 tanks, BMPs up there. I'm going to try... These guys are being engaged by something too. what I would do for a platoon of Abrams tanks right now. It would be like heaven. I know this mission is all about joint fires and coordinating fire support onto this axis of advance. But if we can't really... This is difficult terrain to observe for fires because you have to be relatively close to the enemy in order to observe them. Like, look at these tanks rolling with impunity over here. Oh shit, this fucking Tunguska man. Shooting straight up into the air.
Ready to engage. Roger. Cleared hot.
So at this point, this air defenses are just, they're wreaking havoc. You know, they keep fighting off our Apaches. And our fixed wing, and that's a problem because we're no longer effectively attriting their forces. You just need a ceasefire, you're not going to do anything with that. NEA 1 has just been destroyed, devastated. So it looks like there's no enemy forces on NEA 1 now. We need to really anticipate. So here's a company of tanks rolling on this northern ASR here. It's going to be very difficult for us to engage them. Mainly because all of our assets are tied up. I think they're just going to pass. There's nothing that we can really do about that at this point. There's very little we can do about those guys. You know, this guy is preparing, and then we have... Let's see. Where are these F-16s doing? Okay, he's calling them in on the main column area. And this guy's calling in at the rear. So what we need to do with this is we'll leave them as is, and we'll hope that they target the guys on the north. See, if you can't adjust fire in aircraft. Like in reality, I would just tell that, like if the JTAC was actually coordinating this airspace, he would tell them to re-attack targets, you know, north 500 meters or whatever, and then target them instead. But I have to cancel them right now, so I'm not going to do that because I want to attrit as much force as we can. Even though it pains me to say so.
Check fire, check fire, check
I'm going to cease fire. I'm going to cease fire on those... On that Paladin fire mission, I'm just going to continue to observe. I guess I could call in a point bomb on that Tunguska. We'll do that next turn.
That is activation. Pressing the target. Roger, 30 seconds out. Ready to engage. Roger, cleared hot. At attack position. Watch target in the pod. Roger, cleared. Roger. West Park. Out. Ready to engage. Roger, cleared.
This is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to actually... So right here, I'm going to try to call in a area fire mission. Maybe I can call in a bomb, a point bomb that would... I could potentially track these guys with this JTAC and use a fire mission, interdict them with fire. The reason for that is that he has the UAV overhead, so even if they go out of view of the physical terrain, I can always spot these guys. There's a lot of vehicles right here. This is an entire company right here. And, you know, this would be a target for like CBU 97s or CBU 87s, but in this game there's only Mavericks and bombs, which are really ineffective against armor. If I select like the middle of this formation and then I do medium, see, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to do an area fire mission on these guys. But they might move. That's the thing. I don't know if they're going to stay up here or if they're going to move, and then that's going to be a waste of a fire mission. Let's just try to do area, I guess. We'll see how that goes. And then... if that fails, we'll just use... I'm going to call off one of these F-15Es, and then we'll use it to try to call in a bomb in the middle of the formation. Yeah. I don't want to call off that one. I want to call off the one that's attacking the other side of the formation. These guys over here. No, they're attacking that side too. I wish there was an easier way of organizing who's controlling what. I will leave them. And we'll leave them, I guess. I need to cancel one of these F-15Es. You know what I'll do? I'll just cancel the one that's... yeah, I'll cancel that one.
Break. Court.
And we gotta see the status of the artillery mission on this fucking Tunguska. Still in the preparing phase. Need quicker fires, man. Good thing I have scouts up on that ridge, otherwise we would not be able to see this Tunguska right now unless we had a UAV overhead. So on that armored column on the north, we'll try to call in a area suppression mission. And if they move from the staging area, I'm going to try to call in a 500-pound bomb in the middle of the formation and see how that does it. Oh shit, is this Tunguska shooting at ground forces? No, it looks like it's shooting at an Apache that's rolling in now. Yeah, so these guys are moving out.
Shot out. Roger, aboard to engage. Inbound for attack, 30 seconds. Roger. Cleared hot. Dash 2 is in the pod. Egress system target. All ordnance released. Roger. Cleared hot.
Ooh, I'm missing these impacts, but it looks like one of these tanks was just hit by a Maverick or something.
Target.
Oh, you know what? It might have been the striker, actually. Yeah, these strikers are shooting missiles at the guys up on the ridge. So this position is actually exposed to those strikers from that bottom there. You might have partial eyes on them as they crest this position. This guy just fired a tow missile. Did this guy fire a tow missile? No, it was just the first striker. It was just the first striker. So what we'll do is maybe we'll move this guy up a little bit. Like that. We'll see how that does for now. These guys are going to be rolling through NAA1 though, and I think that this striker has eyes on NAA1. I'll do one up just like that, so you can see directly into NAA1. Where's my JTAG at? So I think these guys are still moving, so we'll keep that fire mission for now. I wish I could call in that F-15 too, but we'll just wait for now.
Dash 2. Roger. Cleared hot. Shot. Over. Shot. Out. Shot. Out. Fire for effect.
So a large bomb just landed on the ridge over here, knocked out a tank. Oh, that didn't knock the tank out? Looked like it did. Oh, okay, it did. Should have knocked out the tank next to it, too. Ooh. Those tanks are shooting. Probably at the freaking strikers that are on the road.
Shot. Out.
Alright. I saw that tank fire. What was he shooting at? Is the question. Definitely saw that tank fire. One of these tanks fired. This one. Oh! Shooting at the dismounted Humvee that's on the ridge all the way over here. He's completely dismounted, not a real threat. I can call in a point fire mission on him because he stopped there.
Fire mission request. Over.
Alright, so they're moving from that point, so I'm going to call off that fire mission. Maybe we can adjust it onto here.
Adjust fire. Over.
And then we have that F-15E now as well that's ready for tasking. I forget who has a UAV over there that can see those tanks. Okay, this guy. Okay. He's observing to the left. This guy's observing back there by NAA2. Let's go ahead and adjust that to there. And we'll use him to call in the F-15E. I think we can call that in now. Yeah, we'll call it in right now.
Stand by for cast request.
I think there's a platoon or a company of BMPs forming up west of NAA2. Over here. Looks like they're going to go through NAA1 again. If they do, we'll just splash with artillery. God damn it. It's so retarded that they can just kill my Bradleys like that. The Bradley's in a high position behind trees, and the tank, which is moving, immediately spots him and then kills him. It's incredibly unrealistic. Let's watch this again, see what happens. Looks like these guys are in contact with my striker, choke striker. I'm just going to get the other Bradley. I'm going to get that other Bradley off the ridge. There's no reason for him to be there. He's just going to wind up getting knocked out. I don't want these men to die for no reason. And over here... So what I did is I actually changed the observation scheme for the Colt that was up on that ridge. Or actually, what was that for? That's for the JTAC, right? I changed it so he's now going to hellfire those tanks that are moving out of the AO. But I also, if I do that, I also need to shift observation north. Actually, yeah, I need to shift observation. guess that's fine as is. So we have a BMP platoon rolling on NA1. I'm gonna send in the Apache with rockets and cannon to deal with them.
Stand by for cast request.
I'm calling another fire mission to vicinity of NA1.
Just fire. Over.
Oh, it looks like about 10 vehicles are going to be exiting to the north. Oh, nice. We knocked out that Tunguska while I wasn't paying attention. I think that was the Tunguska, right? Or no, it was over here, actually.
Flash, over. Flash out. Just fire. That 2 is in the pot. Roger. Cleared hot. Shot, over. Shot, out.
If those tanks are gonna, I'm not gonna be able to track those tanks with artillery. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm sort of losing momentum here, and I don't really know how to resolve this. I'm just gonna adjust fire back onto. I'll cancel this mission.
Check fire, check fire, check fire!
And then I know that there's BMPs rolling towards NA1, so I'll reserve those BMPs for that.
Requesting fire mission. Over.
Try to knock out some of them.
Fire mission. Over.
Precision fires, and I'll have another fire mission to suppress NAA1 when that time comes. I guess there's 2 javelin rounds in this truck. Maybe I can go resup one of those squads. So the tow strikers that are here online, we're catching glimpses of the enemy as they're rolling out. And that's okay, because I want to expose them to as little fire as possible. Turns taking forever to calculate just through the sheer amount of carnage.
Inbound to attack. 30 seconds. Out. Roger. Check fire. End of mission.
Oh. There was a platoon of tanks in NA1. They were just shielded by a cloud of smoke. I should immediately suppress NA1 there. The company's rolling through there.
Roger. Cleared hot. That's one. Is in the box. Roger. Cleared hot.
Oh, there's the Tunguska again. I'm trying to knock out that Tunguska with my toe striker. NEA1 needs Artie on it. You guys should be able to see this area. Oh, of course, you're just... Fire mission right here, man. Who can do it? Maybe the HQ can do it. Maybe the snipers can do it from here. Oh, they're busy. I think these guys can do it. Someone up on this hill can call this shit in. So this spotter is busy, but he's calling in Cass. He's already on the hill. Cool. See, this is confused. It's hard for me to coordinate who's actually observing what. I'd have to like write notes down and stuff to do that because I have to go through all these UAVs to see which one is observing the area. NEA1. I guess no one is technically right now. Yeah, no one's specifically observing NEA1. These guys are employing Hellfires over here, so I can't really take them off of that. These guys are observing. Yeah, you know what? We can shift this. Let's go ahead and shift this to NEA1. And then we'll use the Scout Platoon headquarters next turn to actually call in the fires. I'm terrified of seeing the score screen.
At attack position.
Let's see what's going on over here. Let's see if this toe striker can actually knock out this Tunguska. Fire! Fire! Fire, you fool! Fire! Oh, of course he didn't want to fire.
Ready to engage. Roger. Cleared hot. Roger. Fire for effect. Inbound for attack. 30 seconds left. Fireman out. That's tactical.
That was from the F-15E, I think. Yep.
Ready to engage. Roger. Cleared hot.
Oh, look at that massive explosion at the end of the turn onto this tank. What caused that? Was that a tow? That might have been a redundant missile.
Roger. Cleared hot.
Oh, that was the precision fires from the last round that we're just finishing. Oh, they're fucking already in our position here. I'm going to do a hasty attack with these toe strikers. You know what? That's a bad idea. I'm just going to stay here. But I know there's a BMPs rolling through NAA-1 right now, and I can't do anything about it. I need to shift all my cast to interdict those guys that are rolling out of the AO. It's such a pain in the ass trying to find out who's commanding these aircraft. Oh, nice. I don't know who knocked the Tunguska out, but I think it was aircraft. Yeah, it was aircraft. Probably Hellfire.
Roger, cleared hot. Shot, over. Shot, over. Shot, out. Shot, out. At attack position, ingressing to target. Ready to engage. Cleared hot.
Those burning vehicles.
Fire mission. Over.
Okay, I got my fire mission coming in onto NAA1 now. All the aircraft are committed now. They're killing as many as they can. Just we can't kill fast enough. That's our problem. You know, we're going as fast as we can here.
Request fire mission. Over.
If you look out on the horizon, it's just a bunch of burning stacks. It's absolutely sickening. I think we've done a decent amount of containment. I mean, I can't really think of any other way of playing this mission other than to infiltrate a platoon, you know, deep into enemy territory and try to block them at the source, but we just don't have enough force to do that.
Fire for effect. Over. Ready to bound for attack. 30 seconds out. Roger. Cleared hot. Inbound for attack. 30 seconds out. Roger. We're outside. Roger. Fire for effect. That's 2 and 5. That attack is Roger. Cleared hot. Shot. Over. Dash 1 is in the pop.
Looks like one of these tanks is going to escape.
Roger. Cleared hot. Ready to engage.
Alright. Let's focus on splashing these BMPs that are NAA1 now. I have a fire mission coming in on them, plus I'll redirect my choppers onto them. These choppers are 3 minutes out. Alright, this chopper will continue to attack the train. I think we're good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive with these strikers now that most of the tanks are out. See if these tow strikers can get into any contact.
Roger. Cleared hot.
That looks like a big bomb just killed about 3 BMPs in a row. Probably from the F-15E. Killed 2 BMPs. I would hate to be rolling through this and seeing all these charred vehicles everywhere.
Ready to engage. Shot. Over. Shot. Shot. Bravo. Cleared high. Roger. Reach with that position. Right. Request fire mission. Out.
Someone was shooting a 240. Oh, shit! Oh, shit. I don't know. Hold on, let's rewind this. Looks like there's a platoon of BMPs that just crested onto the ridge far to the south.
Roger.
I was not expecting that. I had thought that they had committed most of their forces already. So they're coming from where? Yeah, they're coming from down that road. This is probably a supporting attack. I really hope this isn't larger than a company in size. We do not have the force for this.
Ready to engage. Shot. Over. Shot. Shot. Out. Roger. Cleared high. Roger. Route to taxi. Fire mission out.
So I'm going to call an immediate suppression, which is an emergency mission. I'm going to call that onto this ridge using the 120mm mortars.
Request fire. Over.
And what we'll do is we'll engage these BMPs with the... So the tow Humvee's in a position to engage them.
Check fire, check fire, check fire.
So this car.
Check fire, check fire, check fire.
Worried about the striker being in a crossfire here. I don't know what I heard a 50 cal shooting at those BMPs. I don't know where that was coming from. You know, it'd be nice to pull up these Bradleys to engage those fucking BMPs, but you know, I don't trust it. I feel like I'm going to get hit by a tank. So we'll just have to slowly react to this contact. We'll see how it goes.
Down for attack. 30 seconds.
Oh, it's a stupid Humvee over here.
Roger, check fire. End of mission. Out of attack position. Aggressive to target.
God damn it. I wish there was a reverse thing that was for Hunt.
Roger, clear hot. Roger, cleared hot. Ready to engage. Roger, clear hot. Roger, fire. 30 seconds. Out.
I guess I don't know what killed this striker here. It's probably the BMP somehow. But it looks like there's a whole company of BMPs deploying on that hill now. So I don't even know what killed this guy. I think it was a tank actually. It says front hull penetration, so I think a tank actually killed this guy.
Ready to engage.
Yeah, it was a BMP, but from the front. Yeah. Should have reversed that guy a little bit more. This guy just spotted a tank too. And he's firing a cannon just as... Oh, there's a Sabo flying right... There's a Sabo right here flying right for that striker. I'm gonna lose all my scouts. And then we have a company of BMPs deploying right here on this ridge. Absolutely insane. How am I gonna fucking deal with this? Okay. First things first is... Let's get... Who's spotting this? You are. Let's get an area fire mission on this ridge. I think you can see this shit because you're the one who's reporting it, jackass. God damn it. Okay, one of you guys is seeing this stuff. Okay, there we go. Let's just light up that whole fucking ridge. Suppress that whole ridge line. This striker's probably toast. We're gonna have to worry about now. We're gonna have to worry about them actually attacking our train. Try to move these strikers into a base of fire position. we're just gonna have to splash them with artillery. This is a counterattack. They're trying to divert us from NAI 1 where their main effort's headed. So we need to redirect our cast. We need to have like battle discipline, combat discipline. We need to get all of our casts still coming on and attacking. Okay, so all of our casts is still attacking that pocket by NAA 1. Just want to make sure that our choppers are... Choppers are still doing their job. Okay, good. Actually, I thought one of the choppers was... I could have swore that one of the choppers was attacking up here to the northwest. Isn't that? God damn it, this is so confusing to try to figure this out. Okay, yeah, you were. I guess there's still some... I don't know if there's still vehicle contacts up there or not. I don't think there is. Anyway, we need to have you cease fire because we're gonna have to swift fire there. Next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna redirect where our... Okay, so you're observing now, right? That's good. Well, let's go ahead and adjust you so that you're also observing to the south. And then I want this guy. He's good. This guy right there. See if we can adjust that. Let's go ahead and adjust that. It's like right here. Let's go ahead and continue. I have no idea how that company slipped through my scouts on the right flank without me noticing. I have been sort of not paying attention to everything, mainly for the sake of speed. Otherwise it would take like, 6 hours to play this mission. Oh cool, so so that Sabo knocked out my last striker. So that's that.
At attack position. Aggressive to target. Over. Attack position. Stop. Come out. Roger. Clear high. Out.
Oh, the scouts are up on that ridge, fired 2 javelins. They gave away their position. They got engaged by these BMPs. I hate losing so many men in a contact, but we're greatly outnumbered here. And we're doing the best we can, given the fact that we're greatly outnumbered. What I can't do is I can't lose combat discipline and redirect our fires onto this ridge, at least not all of them. We need to focus most of our fires on these enemy forces that are heading along the main MSR towards the northern exit. Artie should be landing on this hill soon. We just need to stay calm and not panic. Can't pull in the rest of the platoon to aid in security. Because they're dismounted and they're too far away, so we're just going to have to win with the assets we have here, which is mostly the striker platoon. We're going to have to rely on the aircraft to attrit the armored forces as we no longer have victors to do so. So we're going to have to rely upon our air power to trip these armored forces. Luckily, the one thing that we have done successfully in this mission is we have suppressed their air defenses. So at least we have that going for us. These guys need to get the fuck out of here.
We're falling back!
What they should do is they just pop smoke right here. Well, they don't have smoke, okay. Just fucking run then. And hide. At least they popped off 2 javelins before they got taken out and killed some BMPs. This is an entire company of BMPs right here. I mean, just materialized out of thin air. Okay, one mission, 1 minute on the fires, emergency suppression mission, and then we have about 2 minutes on the HE area mission. We also have a fire mission landing in on NAA-1 momentarily. I found that the Bradleys are really ineffective at spotting in this game. Like, just very unrealistically bad.
Back to position. Rest of the target. In the box. Shot. Over. Ready to engage. Roger. Cleared high. Roger. Cleared high. Ready to engage.
Alright, next thing we need to do is... So these scouts survived. Next thing we need to do is we need to redirect the choppers left. Let's do that right now. Let's shift the choppers to the left. Oh, these guys are going to take 8 minutes to get here. That's taking too long. Let's see how long it takes for the Colts. Alright, let's use the JTAC. Nine minutes with the fucking Apache. JTAC is 4 minutes. Okay, let's call in the JTAC. I want them west of NAA-1. What we'll do is we'll set it for light so they use the cannon on the BMPs. They only have 6 rockets left.
Stand by for cast request.
And then for the other Apache, ceasefire on them, and we'll redirect that next round. Oh Jesus, look at all these BMPs up on this ridge.
Our mission request. Over. Roger. Cleared high. Out. Shot. Shot. Out. Roger. Fire mission request. Out. Roger. Abort. Shot. Out. Flash. Over. Flash. Out. Flash. Over.
Alright, BMPs are leaving NAA 1 now. About 2 platoons of BMPs. We're going to try to shift fire on our aircraft. We're going to shift them to the left.
Break. Abort. Abort.
This is very hard to manage. Okay, let's call in. These guys are being called in. What are our F-16s doing at this time? Fucking hell, come on. Just let me see the F-16s. That's all I want to do. There we go. Both these guys have some bombs remaining. They're good as is. So we have 3 fire missions coming up on that BMP company. Hopefully that will be able to defeat them.
Shot. Over. Shot. Out. Shot. Over. Shot. Out.
Rounds are landing way off.
Roger. Shot. To attack position.
So this whole fucking platoon's gonna dismount and attack us. Need those fires in here, guys.
Dash 2 is in the fire. Roger. Aborting. Roger. Cleared high. Flash. Over. Flash. Shot. Over.
Those fires are off. They're landing on the ridge. East.
Fire for effect. Over.
No, don't fire for effect. You're way fucking off. Our aircraft are continuing to attrit these guys over here, which is good. Main problem right now .
Stand by. Catch request. Stand by for catch request.
My fires is for on this position.
over. Inbound.
Shot, out.
30
Shot,
seconds.
over.
Out. Shot, out.
Fire for effect.
Fire for effect.
Yes, fire for effect on that position.
Flash. Over. Flash. Out. Fire for effect. Over. Here's the pop. Roger. Cleared high.
Flash, over. Flash, out.
Roger. Fire for effect.
Hopefully next turn we should see some fires up on this ridge.
Shot, over. Shot, out. Egressing from target. All ordnance released.
Flash, out.
Fire for effect. Over. Inbound for attack. 30 seconds out.
Check fire, check fire, check fire!
I think I've destroyed most of the advance guard main body that was proceeding down the MSR. There are a few stragglers left, but they're going to be engaged by BMPs, rather by Apache soon. This is the last main enemy formation that's on this position, and that it's being interdicted by artillery right now.
Roger. Clear high. Fire. Enemy taking fire. Roger. Clear high.
Shot, over. Rest target.
Shot, out.
Out.
Egressing. All ordnance released to engage.
I think we've destroyed all armor in this valley here. There's more armor. It's possibly infiltrating to the north. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a UAV over there. Northern route. These guys are looking here. Yeah, actually, still need an observer there, but one of the see, I don't need an observer on an AA1 right now. To adjust that to over here, say. Cult team. Okay, all these aircraft are empty of ordnance. The 2 Apaches are the only thing that have ordnance left. And they're currently destroying any lingering contacts over there. Still have this company of BMPs to deal with, but it looks like they're being tracked by Arty as we speak.
Roger. Cleared hot.
You're still BMP.
Attack position. Shot. Over.
The little BMP that could is the only survivor of that company that rolled through that NAI.
Ready to engage. Roger. Cleared hot.
See if we can get this in quicker. Can the cult get in the RD quicker? What about these snipers? But it says 7 minutes for them. I don't want to wait 7 minutes to get a fire mission up there. These guys can do it in 6 minutes. Isn't there a platoon up there that can headquarters? These guys can do it in 4 minutes. Let's use them. Splash this whole fucking area. Again, this time with paladins. I use the headquarters here. Iron Red 1 headquarters.
Requesting fire mission. Over.
Looks like a lot of these guys are abandoning their vehicles, and the rest of them are just standing on this hill. Very prominent Overwatch position. Looks like they were going to dismount the entire company and attack into our position, but it looks like our already stopped them from doing that.
Ready to engage.
Roger. Cleared hot.
This BMP is going to get knocked out by the F-15E that I sent him with the last JTAC. Alright, I'm probably going to end the mission after I schwack this company. I don't think there's going to be another large formation in 21 minutes. This video and this mission is running very long. So we'll just see how we do. Schwacking this platoon. Oh, the platoon's actually rolling now. So it's Causeway 1-1.
En route to IP.
Maybe we'll redirect the choppers here.
Shot. Over. Shot. Out.
This company may have just been detached from the main advanced guard and just had gotten lost or something. It doesn't look like they should really be in this position. They're not really forming a coherent counterattack. Trying to move my strikers into a firing position onto the BMPs, but I want to do so without revealing our position.
Shot. Out.
I feel like maybe I can roll my Bradleys out now to take some fire at them. The Mark 19 strikers engaging them now.
Shot. Out.
Take a Mark 19 fire.
Plant. Over. Plant. Out. Fire for effect. Over.
Looks like a platoon of them has shifted here. I don't really know what they're doing. They might be going to attack our position where our platoon is. I don't really consider this to be a threat at this point. I'm just going to quickly go through these rounds. I think there's one BMP that was leaving from NAA 1 toward the northwest, and he's probably about to get splashed by that Strike Eagle that's rolling in hot momentarily.
Ready to engage.
Yeah, just looks like a bunch of infantry over here that are running towards the exit, and a single BMP. Also, it looks like one of the scouts from the regimental recon managed to escape, one of the Tigers. I hope he survives my onslaught. This company's all fucked up on this ridge. Oh no, the Tigger! Run for your life, Tigger! He survived. He survived. I wanted at least some of my enemy's counterparts to survive. So you'll meet them on the field another day.
Rest the target. Ready to engage.
Roger. Cleared hot.
So we'll give it another turn or two. BMP might very well escape.
Back to vision. Confirmed. Ready to engage.
I don't know what happened to that F-15E I called in. He should have been here by now.
Stand by for cast request.
Oh shit, did he go empty? He might have went empty during that firefight. Where's my JTAC at? No, here he is. He's still preparing. He's not in yet. He's less than 1 minute in from being hot, though. See if he knocks out that BMP. And we'll do as well. Since it's basically the end of the mission, let's call it an XCal round on that BMP.
Over.
Yeah, this company got fucked up. Three tracks survived. About a platoon out of the company survived that, and they're about to get splashed by RD2.
Shot. Over. Shot. Out. Out.
Ooh, something just blew up over here. It's probably the F-15E dropping a 500-pound bomb on something. You know what that was? That was an F-15 dropping a GBU on the SA-13 that was knocked out at the very beginning of the battle. Let's see.
For target.
Yep, that's what that was. Meanwhile, there's an active BMP right to its west. Some of the recon forces are on the edge of the flop trying to escape. I'm just going to end the mission now. It's pretty much the end. I could wait and just splash this platoon that's remaining, but it's not worth it at this point, and it'll be boring. So I'm just going to end it here. Hopefully the game doesn't give me a loss because I'm ending it early. I think we did pretty good, although we lost more forces than I would have liked. I would have at least... You know, those infantry losses and the occasional loss of tracks and vehicles and ambushes is to be expected. We are going up against a massively superior force, but it sort of angers me that we lost the 2 Striker tows as well as the MGSs. And, you know, it sucks that we lost the JTAC, although there was nothing we could have done about that. He just sort of got blown to bits. Let's do a ceasefire. So it's U.S. Army total victory. My God, look at these scores. So we have 103 men okay. We had 27 KIA and 8 wounded on our side. We lost 1 tank. I'm not sure what it means by that. Maybe the Bradley, although I don't think so. I don't know what it means by we lost a tank. 6 armored vehicles lost, which was probably the 4 Strikers and 2 Bradleys. We lost 3 aircraft, of which 1 was a UAV, which I don't really care about. We lost 2 F-16s, which is a pretty big blow, and 4 other trucks, essentially. They had what looks like battalion plus on the field, judging by the numbers, probably about a battalion and a half of forces. Of that, we killed 335, 83 were wounded. They lost 3 companies of tanks and 5 companies of BMPs and a company of vehicles. So we destroyed, let's go back to that again. We destroyed, 28 plus 49, we'll round those up, say 30 plus 50, 80, say about 90 vehicles, which is approximately, 8.5 companies. So we're looking at, about 3 battalions worth of vehicles destroyed. Pretty massive battle here. And you can see that the only people that are really by the exit are infantry that are just streaming. They're just running towards the exit after their vehicles that have abandoned them or have been blown up. And looks like there's a little train here by the Causeway 14. Mortar carriers and trucks. As well as, looks like a forward observer team back here just still mounted. Mortar battery. So this is a mortar platoon right here. They were unobserved the whole mission because we couldn't really observe them. We would have had to be on the north side of the map, which is impossible. The carnage is pretty insane. I think the takeaway from this is that, honestly, if I would have taken my time a little bit more, I probably would have had less losses, but as the mission drags on, I just want to finish it, mainly because it's a video for you guys on YouTube. And also, I don't like to spend hours giving orders. I think my biggest mistake was losing that JTAC early on in the battle. I'm not sure how he died. It could have been because the HQ team was running around nearby, and that drew attention of tanks, and they got tracked by tanks. But I think it was aircraft. If it was aircraft, it's sort of unavoidable, but if it's tanks, it's probably a mistake on my part. We did fail in fully containing the enemy armored forces, but we did contain most of them. You can see here that even leading up to the exit, there's tons of destroyed vehicles on the way to the exit. And that points to the fact that, it looks like over here there is a single Tigger that escaped too. Anyway, that points to the fact that we shifted our fires effectively, and as the battle was going on, we shifted them, we prioritized our fires more towards the exit, which helped us attrit their forces. We made their regiment combat ineffective, so it was a pretty good job, I think. And we used our artillery whenever we could to suppress their air defenses and then follow on with cast attacks. We did lose 2 F-16s, which I'm not happy about, but they're an acceptable loss given the forces arrayed and the fact that the game doesn't really model air defense as well. The reality is those F-16s would have been operating at 15 or 20,000 feet, and the air defenses wouldn't have been a factor for them, especially with standoff weapons like the AGM-65, which are, it's a missile that can shoot like 8 miles. It would have been way outside the range of the Tunguskas. But the bigger threat in this game, it should be the SA-13s, but they seem to be not as effective as the Tunguskas, which is pretty weird. I think we effectively blocked and destroyed their reconnaissance forces. We didn't penetrate their flot as much as I would have liked, or rather the front line of enemy troops, as much as I would have liked. The company that did ambush us, as well as the CRP earlier in the battle, the tank CRP, which led to at least 2 vehicles being killed. We had partial warning that they were coming, but not enough warning to parry them effectively without losses. I do think that the placement of the scouts up on the ridge was actually spot on and perfect. They didn't take much losses other than some stationary vehicles that happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, such as this Humvee here. Or, stupid things like a tank being able to see through like 500 trees. Like, there's no way that this Bradley would have been spotted by enemy forces 3 kilometers away on the other side of the ridge that were moving parallel to them. So, other than that, like, stupid things like that, and some, haphazard placement on my part, I think the scouts did pretty good. They accomplished their mission, which was to get eyes onto NAA-1 and NAA-2, and then we were calling in fires from them the entire time. It gave us some flexibility to hit targets from different angles of fire. As far as the employment of the Red 2-1 platoon, which is a striker platoon, I think we did okay with employing that platoon. We had acceptable losses to the infantry. I think we had like 5 or 6 KIA, and we probably killed 10 tanks with those, given those losses. We could have spread them out a little bit better and then given them some better overhead cover so they didn't get hit by the tank shells and artillery. But hindsight's 2020. I'm a little bit pissed off that we lost these vehicles. It seems like for whatever reason, when you're on a corner like this, the AI can see you much better than you can see them. So like there was vehicles that shot from like this aim point, you know, and there's obviously trees in the way. There's no way they would have seen the striker, but that's just a, you know, sort of game limitation. I think in the future, an alternative plan for this mission is I could have taken the striker platoon, and then this would have been really aggressive, but I could have moved them up to the OP where my JTAC was originally killed, and I could have done a dismounted infiltration over the course of 25 minutes. I could have marched them through the forest and then set up physical blocking positions in containment. But keep in mind that that's going to be a platoon trying to contain a regiment, so if for whatever reason the CAS and the fires is not enough to contain them and it tripped them by the time they reach the platoon is pretty much put out to dry with no support. Another thing is I could have taken the platoon and tried to attack into their flank, but again, there's not enough force there to attack. You would need tank support to do any serious attack in this mission, and MGSs are not tanks, and neither are the Striker tow vehicles. They're basically just glorified ATGM vehicles. You know, I'm trying to think about what I could have done on this flank to the southeast to exploit this better. I think if I was going to exploit this flank better, I would have had to commit the entire scout platoon plus in order to do so. I would need at least a section of scouts on each one of these terrain features, this thicket of trees here, this thicket of trees here, as well as the quarry. It's possible that I didn't exploit this terrain as aggressively because I was being conservative. I didn't want to lose my scouts. Most of the scouts are still alive at the mission end. We did lose some vehicles, as noted, but most of the scouts themselves are still alive. Let's just do a quick once-over on the score screen. Yeah, so the enemy got 75 points for killing some of my Task Force 369 units, but I got points for destroying air defenses and motor rifle brigade and all sorts of things. And we had acceptable casualty rates, so we got 200 points for that too. So good job, guys, and see you next time.